Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Rem and Vaan. Rem is going to be getting her rework and her brand new FR and BT weapon, while Vaan is going to be getting a rework, a BT rework, and his FR Echo. Now we're going to go over both characters. We're going to take a look at what changes they are going to be getting, and I'm going to let you guys know whether or not you should pull for either of these two characters in the upcoming banner. So feel free to let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be. If you're going to be pulling for Rem, Vaan, or if you're going to skip these two banners entirely, feel free to let me know. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. A big thank you to all of my YouTube members that you see on the screen for further supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys greatly. If you ever thought about becoming a member of the channel and are curious to know about the benefits and perks that you gain out of becoming a member, then you can either click the first link in the description below, or you can hit the join button below for details on what you gain for becoming a member of the channel. And please note that everything that I do gain from you guys and all the support that you guys give me, it goes directly back to what I do on this channel. So a big thank you ahead of time if you do decide to become one. So we'll first start off with Rem's rework. So her EX now deals 4 full AoE HP attacks that recovers 50% brave after each HP attack. Her Devoted Heart buff adds a 40% attack up, 30% HP damage up, and a 30% party brave damage up. Her LD gains more brave potency, allows for 200% stolen max brave overflow, recovers 50% brave in between HP attacks, and recovers 1 use of her skill 1 and skill 2. Her follow-up attack now deals an AoE split HP attack 4 times that allows for 200% stolen max brave overflow. Now with Rosa as her partner, Rem's FR moves selected ally to after her own, recovers party's brave by 100% of own max brave, then deals 4 split AoE HP attacks. Her FR conditions are as follows: a 20% increase whenever a teammate except Rem recovers brave to the party, a 40% increase whenever Rem recovers brave to the party, and a 40% increase whenever a teammate's brave is greater than or equal to 20% of max brave at the end of the turn. Now Rem's BT effect lasts for 6 turns and grants the following. So the party becomes immortal. It does recover 100% of the party's HP when the BT effect ends. The party also gains a 20% brave damage cap up, 20% HP damage up, 30% HP damage cap up, 50% brave gains up. The party converts 100% of excess HP heals to brave, and the party after every HP attack recovers brave by 50% of the holder's max brave. Now Vaan's rework to his Mist buff adds a 20% HP damage up and deals fixed HP damage on HP attacks by 10% of current HP damage cap. His Flight to Freedom buff adds a 50% brave / HP damage up and a 30% stolen / gained max brave overflow up. His BT Plus rework adds a self 50% HP damage cap up. To the party, their brave does not drop below 50% of max brave, and they also receive a 30% HP damage cap up. Now his FR deals 5 HP attacks. Now all 3 of his conditions gain a 10% increase to the HP damage bonus. So let's talk about whether or not you should pull for Rem and or Vaan in the upcoming banner. So we're gonna start off with Rem. So Rem offers strong support. Previously, before she even had her BT effect, the party auras that she provided, like the biggest thing about her was definitely with the amount of brave gains that she would offer to the team. And this was before Shalada. So previously, like it used to be, like the brave gains would definitely help out her teammates and all that good stuff, especially with the follow-up, which did grant brave to the party and would also grant that 1 turn buff to the teammate after Rem. So like she did help in providing some type of support at the time, but of course characters came later down the line that did so much better. They provided so much better Brave gain, so on and so forth. But now with Rem getting her FR and especially with her BT, the amount of party ores that she brings to the table is pretty nuts, because aside from like the typical like HP damage kappa, Brave damage increase, like she provides a 50% Brave gains. So when you have her LD buff active and then you with her C65, that's already a 30% that you're gaining. Along with the BT effect, that is an 80% Brave gains that she is going to be providing to the party. So it's a very good amount of Brave gains. Not only that, but if everybody is fully healed, then any excess HP healing is going to be converted to Brave. And on top of that, after every single HP attack, anybody on the team will be recovering Brave based on 50% of the holder's max Brave. So guess what? When it comes to having Brave for everybody, having Rem on the team, that is not going to be an issue whatsoever. Now, with Rem being such a versatile character, with being able to heal, having the turn manipulation, having the good support, the BT effect provides immortality to everybody, so you can take as much damage as you want. So long as Rem's BT effect is active, you pretty much are able to do like anything without having to worry about getting clapped, which allows you to have some reckless gameplay. And you don't have to really worry about hardly anything unless by some chance they have like some crazy mechanic where they actually bypass said BT effect. But other than that, Rem allows everybody to pretty much just comfortably just click buttons until the fight is over. And that's why her BT effect is a really good BT effect and adds to the utility that she previously had. So it's a really, so like in total, that BT effect adds more to the package that Rem had in the past. Now her FR conditions, they are slightly restricted because of the fact that you do have to provide Brave to your teams, because if you do not, then you are only gonna be gaining a 40% increase so long as you have 20% or higher on your Brave value. So because of that, like, you more than likely, unless you have characters that is able to provide Brave, so let's say for example if you use Rem's force ability and if you want to get that quick increase, one character that definitely comes to mind would be Aerith. Aerith, with her skill 1, her skill 2, being a non-damaging ability, would actually increase and meet both of those conditions and would roughly increase it to probably around 100% on the HP damage bonus. So characters like that would actually pair very well with Rem. Another thing that you could potentially do as well is that if you have DPS units or characters or whatever characters on your team that has a C sphere slot, then there are gonna be certain spheres depending on which spheres you have active, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to link this specific page down in the pinned comments so that you can check it out to see if you have any of these spheres. But there are C spheres that allows you, depending on what condition that sphere is, to be able to meet that condition where it provides the party with a certain amount of Brave. Like Rem's first condition is just to grant Brave to an ally. So it doesn't even matter if you only grant 1 Brave. As long as you are granting some type of Brave to the party, then you'll be good to go and you'll be able to meet said condition. Now, some players may not be a fan of this, but I'm just throwing the option out there that this is something that you could potentially do if you're wanting to use Rem's FR ability as the main force time. If not, then just use it as FR Echo. Like just go ahead and use somebody else's force time, whatever force time that you feel comfortable with, and you'll be good to go. So you can just spam FR Echo, and as long as you meet the main force ability that's active conditions, then you'll be fine. So you can go with either of the two. Now, Rem is really good, of course, as a support character that she is. pairing her up with strong DPS characters, pairing her up with turn hoggers, pairing her up with off turners will definitely help out with taking advantage of Rem's BT effect. Her BT effect is short at 6 turns, and with her having the turn swapping ability, you do have to be careful on how you use it. So for me myself, if I knew that I was going to be using that turn swapping ability a lot, I would more than likely go into the BT phase with Rem, so that way after the first BT effect expires, I can go ahead and use the BT effect again, BT attack or finisher again, and then just bam, I have another 6 turns of a BT effect. Just depends on what exactly you are wanting to do. But like, she works very well with strong DPS, especially characters who deal a whole bunch of HP damage. Then she would be really good, especially with those that have a strong EX ability. Then having Rem on the team would be excellent for them, because and one thing I didn't note in the slide as well is that with Rem, after her own turn, she is able to fully charge up the EX for everybody on the team, so you are able to freely use your EX ability after Rem's turn. And not freely, I mean like you use it once and then of course you have to charge it up again, or until you get to Rem's turn. So yeah, so you do have to you can pair up characters with a strong EX ability or just strong DPS. Turn hoggers would actually really appreciate Rem, especially with the amount of brave gains that she's going to be hitting everybody with. Then yeah, Rem would actually, Rem does fit very well in many team comps. So my overall thoughts on Rem. Rem is a very strong support character with a lot of utility with her kit, especially now that she is getting her BT effect active. I would say the only reason why you would not pull for Rem is going to be if, let's say, you pulled for Aerith, you pulled for some of the recent support characters, you are waiting for Iris for the crazy mechanic that she has. Like, if you feel comfortable enough with the support characters that you have, Rem is good, but it's not like meta good. So like Rem, really it just depends. Like, if you are a veteran player, if you already know what you're doing and everything like that, you really don't need the immortality effects, especially from her BT effect, then I would say Rem is a pretty safe skip, as long as you have other characters who are able to meet your supportive needs. For any newer player, if you have not pulled for anything, if you don't have any strong support characters, if you are struggling with some fights because let's say you're taking a whole bunch of damage, then Rem would actually be an excellent character for you guys, so that it can actually make your gameplay a little bit easier. It'll be easier for you to be able to learn what it is that you are doing, get to know different characters, so on and so forth. So if you have strong supports already, I would say Rem is a pretty safe skip. But her mechanics and what she actually gains from a BT effect is actually it's convenient to have. It's not really necessary to have, but it is convenient to have for those type of situations where, let's say, if you don't want to bring a tank and you just want to bring Rem and you don't really care what happens because you're gonna be immortal, then a Rem would be a good secondary option if you are wanting to go that route. Now for Vaan is a strong single target DPS that constantly hits for weakness and practically hits caps all the time. Now when I say strong single target DPS, he does have splash damage within his kit. His LD ability is AoE, like true AoE, but if you wanted to use another skill that is more focused on multiple enemies, that you can use his skill too. But most of his abilities, aside from the ones I just mentioned, are going to be single target. Now he is going to be hitting for weakness. He does have like a built-in mechanic where he is pretty much going to be hitting for weakness, so like it's not going to be any issue whatsoever with Vaan. And then with him being able to hit cap constantly because of the amount of brave that he recovers in between HP attacks, it's not going to be an issue whatsoever for him to do that. But still, pairing him up with brave gains and even additional HP damage cap up to help increase his damage output would definitely help him out a whole lot more, especially with most of his abilities being single target. Now the biggest thing, I would say like the biggest thing, but I would say like a con to Vaan will definitely be his FR, and especially because we are in the FR Echo era, so of course everybody is going to be using a Force ability, and then you're going to be charging it up with everybody else's Force Echo. But the thing is though, with Vaan, there is a bit of an issue. So with his conditions, the first one is a 50% increase whenever a teammate except for Vaan uses an ability that does not consume skill use. So use a free ability. Whenever you activate Vaan's Force ability, you do gain 2 uses, 2 free ability uses. So that right there, you already know that you're guaranteed to gain a 50% increase. Now when it comes to the other two, a 70% increase whenever Vaan uses a free ability use, and then a 30% increase whenever a teammate's Brave is greater than or equal to 20% of max Brave at the end of their turn. If you have Vaan's BT effect active, that is not something that you have to worry about whatsoever. Or if you have a strong support character with a good amount of Brave gains, and again, that is something you don't have to worry about. But seeing as how we are in the FR Echo era, Vaan's FR, it's not going to be the best FR to be able to spam FR Echo. My recommendation, if you are still considering spamming FR Echo, is to take advantage of the 2 free ability uses that you gain after Vaan uses his Force ability to increase it at the highest percentage that you are able to increase it with your teammates and then with Vaan himself, and then afterwards spam FR Echo so that way you will not be you can deal as much higher damage than you would at the start of Vaan's Force ability. Now, if anything, if you are not a fan of that idea, or just a fan of the fact of how his first FR condition works, then again you can use his FR as FR Echo for somebody else's Force time. So Vaan overall, he is definitely a strong single target DPS. Like, I consider him to be like the magic version of Tifa, except of course they do have their differences, but like I definitely consider him to be the magic version of Tifa, just because like he is able to deal some very strong damage. Like, you have his ability used, you have the follow-up afterwards, like he is able to deal some strong damage, and especially with the HP damage cap that he is about to gain with his BT rework, yeah, best believe Vaan is going to be dealing some very strong numbers. So should you pull for Vaan? If you are comfortable already with the DPS that you got right now, let's say if you have Tifa, let's see if you pull for any of the recent strong damage dealers that we have had, I would say Vaan can be another safe skip. If you are needing a single target character, then Vaan would be a very good one to consider pulling for. For any newer players, I would probably say that you could probably hold off on Vaan unless you truly need a damage dealer like Vaan, and for what he does offer to team comps and for future Shinryu fights and whatnot. Like, Vaan could definitely be worked with. I do feel like you do have to build around Vaan a little bit, so I would for me, I would probably recommend that you have Vaan, you have a follow-up attacker, and then you have yourself a strong support that has a good amount of Brave gains in that team comp to make it so that you are able to, at least with that follow-up attacker, be able to cover like some of the AoE damage that Vaan is not really doing with some of his abilities. So you can do that as well. But for Vaan, I would say he is probably going to be a safe skip for most players. For those who already have him built, well, hey, you got yourself a free upgrade, so I ain't got to worry about anything that I just said. So, but other than that though, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. And of course, if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.